Okay, hello guys. Pretty good to have you here today. We are going to go straight ahead to show you how you can download and install Docker on your computer. All right, whether you're using Windows, Mac, or Linux, basically the installer is almost the same. It's just to go through it, and I'm going to show you that. Then we'll go ahead to install Docker on our Windows machine. So basically, the first thing you have to do, just go to your browser and type Docker download. Sorry about that. Docker download, and if you hit enter, just look for go down and look for okay, this one that have docs.docker.com. Okay, install. So just click on it. All right. So if you get here, you have the option to choose the operating system you're using. You can see we have Macs by the side here. Then we have Windows. Then we have Linux. Okay. So if you are using Mac, you could just go ahead and come here and look through, and you download the installer. Okay, Docker Desktop for Mac. All right, you can download the installer. But before then, there are system requirements which you should take note of if you are using Windows, whether you are downloading with Intel chip or you are downloading with Apple Silicon. Okay, so I'm going to just come here. If you are downloading with this, you should know that Docker support Docker desktop on most versions, maybe yeah, recent versions of Mac OS, and you should be using at least 4 gigabytes of RAM for you to be install it on your computer. Anything less, you may have trouble installing that. So that's for back. After that, just go ahead, download the installer, and go ahead to install. Then after that, if you are using Windows, okay, let's just do for Linux, and then I'll come back to Windows. If you are using Linux, and again, you go through the system requirement. So you go ahead to go through the requirement for installation on yeah. So 64-bit CPU for visualization, and yeah, at least 4 gig RAM. So basically, we head over to Windows, and for Windows, yeah, you can just go ahead again, look through the installations, the requirements. You have to first install WSL. This is very important, guys. Okay, install WSL. Okay, on your computer, and you should. That's easy. Just go ahead and go to your command prompt and uh, do WSL dash dash install. Okay, so then you should be using Windows 64, Windows 10 64-bit, this requirement, or later. Okay, Windows 10 or later version. It would, if you want to do this on Windows 7, 8, 8.1, or whatever, a lower version, you have to install um, Docker Toolbox. Okay, then you should use 4 gig system RAM or more, at least 4 gig RAM. Okay, so after that, just go ahead, click here and download the installer. Okay, I'll just go ahead and click it, and yes, it has started. But hey guys, I have it already. I've downloaded that already, so I'll just close this and go back here, and I'll go to my downloads. Okay, yes, you can see I have Docker. Yes, I have Docker here. So I'll click on it, and I'll just wait for it to run. Okay, let's just give it a few seconds. Okay, while we wait. All right, so do you want to make changes? So just go ahead to do yes. And okay, I think I've done that already. Yes, I think I'll put two now. Okay, so in Docker. Yes, okay. So yes, so once you get here, what's going to happen that is that it's going to load up, and it's going to take a few minutes. If you are doing that for the first time, it's going to go ahead, just click on install, and it's going to extract your dependencies you need for the installation, and that's just what you need. After that, you can go ahead, close it up, and come down here, search for Docker. Okay, so it would have installed and you just click on open. All right, so okay, so it's going to pop up, and here, yeah, you have Docker installed. So you can go ahead to sign up. You can sign up with your email and have a password, and that will be it. And you sign in into Docker. So after doing that, then you go ahead to open your command prompt or PowerShell. So I'm just going to use PowerShell, Windows PowerShell. I'll open it. Yes, I have that open. Okay, so I have that open. So how do I know that I have Docker? And I'll just, if I hit Docker, dash version. Okay, so it's going to give us the version of Docker. So you can see that we have Docker rightly downloaded and installed on our computer. Okay, so after doing that, I'm just going to show you how it works. All right, after we did the setup and how you can get started. Basically, to get started using Docker, you should be familiar with some terminologies such as Docker image and Docker container. Basically, what is a Docker image? A Docker image contains basically everything you need to run a piece of software, including the code, the specific version of the operating system, libraries and tools and settings. So that's a Docker image. Okay, so what you have to do is that you have to, for every image, I describe an image is a piece of software inside your computer that we more like a container that will help you wrap whatever application you are building or shifting on your computer. All right, so to get started with that, let's go to our browser again. I'll just go ahead to type Docker. Sorry, what might I get? Docker Hub. Okay, so I go to Docker Hub and I'll click on this to open it. So what we are doing now is that I want to show you how you can go ahead and install any image you want to use for your application. Okay, so they are called images. So I'll go ahead and let's search for a Redis image. So you go to search and you type Redis and I'll hit enter. Okay, so yeah, that's going to load up and it's going to show us a Redis image. Okay, let me just click on image so that we have them. All right, it's going to show up and it's going to give you a Redis image. I could just go ahead and click on it. All right, so if you go ahead to click on it, it's going to open up a whole new interface for you and it's going to show you an overview on how you go about using the Redis image on Docker. So yeah, what is Redis, and is just going to go through all of this, how to start up, how to start a Redis instance. So just go through all of this, okay, if you need a detailed knowledge. But basically, to start up, what we just need to have is grab this command, docker pull Redis. Okay, before then, let me go ahead to show you others. We could install a Python image if I click enter, and yeah, this is Python image. We could go ahead to install it. As you can see, have over 1 billion downloads. Okay, so we could again install a node image. As many software as you intend to use, you have them here as images. Just go ahead and pull them into your your terminal and that's it. Voila, you are good to go. So you have node here. So again, let me just go back just come here and search for what you want to use, and that's it. So again, Redis, and yeah, Redis, I'll go ahead and copy this Docker pull Redis, and I'll go back to my terminal. Okay, I'm using the second one. All right, so what I will need to do, I'll just do Docker pull, Docker pull Redis. Since I copied that already, Docker pull Redis. Okay, so it will go ahead to install the latest Docker image for you. Okay, I did that a couple of times already. If you are doing that, it will take a little more seconds to load up, and you have your Docker image installed on your computer. So how do you know that you've installed that? So you can go ahead to look up all the images you have installed on Docker. So Docker, by running the command Docker images to list all the images we have. So if I hit enter, so as you can see, I have a couple of them. You have node image here, Redis, and hello world. So yeah, how do you run an image? Just go ahead to type docker run and the name of your image, docker run, and we want to run the Redis. I can type this serious. We want to run the Redis image, so it's going to begin the process. So server initiated, ready to accept connections. So yeah, we are running the Docker Redis image. So you could go ahead to have that here. It's running already. So if you want to um, type other commands, you could go ahead to do that here. So basically, this is just an intro. I'll have a separate video to go ahead, and explain detailed commands you need to work with Docker. All right. I hope this will do it for now. All right. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.